Where do we go from here?
Or is that the updates from the drive-thru? I have before we get to our legal analyst, Stephen P. Newitt's conversation that we had a few days ago. We're going to go to that tape in a second, but I have to perform a service for one of the Cult of Cornette members from Australia. It's advice to the lovelorn. I want to read it. It's from Jerome. I will not read any last names. But it says, "Hey, Jimbo, I got into a situation with my girlfriend the other night. I was on a pub crawl with her friends and had already told her that I had worked the following day, so I'd have to catch the last train home. So the night's got a few hours left, and she decides to pop 6 pills of codeine. I look at the time and realize it's time to go. I say my goodbyes and leave. What follows while I'm gone has been described to me like The Exorcist, with the girl spewing vomit everywhere inside the club. She needed to be escorted out onto an Uber, where she decided to do an encore of the club and spew vomit all inside, giving her a fine of $250. Meanwhile, parallel to all this, I'm at home jerking my gherkin to the Page and Maddox finisher. So the next day I'm working my job and I get a message from her saying that she thinks she was drink spiked and that she couldn't believe that I left her behind to get raped. She says the right thing for me to do would have been to call in sick after I seen her take the pills. I said she was welcome to leave when I left and never forced her to drink or take those pills. Who was in the wrong here? Jerome, it was your girl that was in the wrong. Because the only reason that she could have possibly bitched at you is if you had spiked her drink, which you didn't because you saw her take the 6 fucking codeine pills, which apparently are available readily over there. If she wants to projectile vomit like Linda Blair, she's a grown adult girl. She can make her own decisions. You were home, like Jim Ross says. Nothing good happens on the streets after 10 o'clock at night. So you were home where you should have been jerking your gherkin, and she's out obviously abusing over-the-counter pills available in the Australian and UK regions. And also, you know, she's probably wanting you to pay the fine is what the deal is. But you clearly told her you had to work, so she shouldn't have puked in the Uber. What do you think, Brian? Who was in the right here in the puking situation?
I'm going to stay out of this one.
I liked it just because it's the only email that I got all week that had both jerking a gherkin and projectile. So I wanted to bring that up. Should we go to Stephen?
Yeah, people now know how to get your question on the drive-thru. Just mention that in the question.
Mention jerking the gherkin and projectile vomiting.
By the way, don't. But yes.
Well, every once in a while, slip it in. Anyway,